All right. Welcome to another Groundbreaker session here at Oracle OpenWorld Middle East and Oracle Code Dubai. I'm your host, Javed Mohammed, and we're very pleased to actually welcome Ashish Mohindroo. So Ashish, welcome.
It's a pleasure to be here, Javed.
So
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming. Uh, you're speaking about a lot of interesting topics. We're just speaking a little bit off camera about emerging technologies. You want to first of all just kind of give us a kind of a top level overview about what some of the key technologies are, and then we can drill down a little bit into each of them?
Absolutely, Javed. So, today when you talk to customers, there are like 3 or 4 technologies that are really top of their mind. Obviously, it starts with AI and machine learning. Customers are very interested to know what's happening in that realm. The other area they're really excited about is blockchain. So there's a lot of hype about it, and we're not talking about cryptocurrency here. We're actually talking about enterprise-grade blockchain and what value that's bringing to the customers.
Got it.
And the third area around, we see a lot of things around autonomous capabilities. So how are we using it's related to AI, but how are we using AI and machine learning in the realm of self-driving clouds or self-driving software overall?
So it's interesting you mentioned you're not going to talk about cryptocurrency because I was hoping you'd share everyone with all of us how to make money with Bitcoin.
I wouldn't be here then,
So you said there is hype about AI and machine learning. So can you help kind of separate the hype from reality in terms
Absolutely.
of that?
Today if you look at customers, the few things. One is AI has been overhyped in the sense that it looks like the panacea of solving all problems. And what customers are really looking at is what are the practical use cases for AI today. So in the future, yes, the machines will be able to figure out everything you're looking to do. They'll predictively analyze that and take action. Today, the reality is there's some early adoption of these technologies. And the first area that we see a lot of adoption is in the concept of conversational AI, or more commonly known as chatbots.
Yes.
So how do people use chatbots to engage with customers? How do you bring more knowledge and value to the user, improve the quality of service, and then also offload the burden from humans for mundane tasks? So we're seeing a lot of use cases emerge around that and a really high level of adoption across that.
It's interesting you mentioned that one because at previous Oracle Code events in previous years, I think Siddhartha and some of the execs like yourselves were giving demonstrations of how to sell Larry Ellison's car.
Yes. It has to be a Tesla though,
Okay, so kind of moving on. So if people want to learn more about AI and machine learning, and in terms of what are the different Oracle platforms that they can
Sure. The services
explore?
that we actually offer, Oracle offers, is a service called Oracle Digital Assistant.
Oracle Digital Assistant?
Yes. So they can anybody can go to our cloud at oracle.com. They can try it, sign up for the free trial of our cloud, and they can access this service. And what it enables you to do is really build your own chatbots. And what we really enable them to do is we're using machine learning in the back end to train the chatbot. So you can use it in multiple languages. So English being supported obviously, but actually the diverse set of languages that you can use to train the chatbot in. And now the challenge of most of these chatbots is the training requires a massive amount of data sets. And it takes a long period of time where the chatbot becomes intelligent. Oracle,
and what kind of time frame would that typically be?
I mean, it could be anywhere from days to months. In some cases, it could be longer than that.
Okay.
Right? So what Oracle is doing is we're partnering with companies and bringing out our own technologies to compress that training time frame. So we're requiring a smaller set of data set to educate the chatbot about certain use cases on specific languages. And we are learning as you go, as the chatbot is operating. So every time you use the chatbot, it becomes smarter and smarter. It's recognizing patterns, it's analyzing context. The second thing with the Oracle Digital Assistant, what's different than our other chatbots is it's just designed for enterprise use. So most of the digital systems are today pervasive in the market, but they're very consumer oriented. What we're doing is saying, how do you take that same use case and actually apply it to enterprises and make them functional there? So the way you integrate with your backend systems, a lot of the data is stored within your ERP systems, your financials, your CRM systems about customer knowledge, and so on and so forth. So with our digital system, we make it very easy for you to plug in to all these diverse applications, maintain a process end-to-end that cuts across these different siloed applications without losing context. So for example, when you do an employee onboarding, what is required? You need to basically set up a payroll system for the employee, add them to the payroll, be able to procure equipment like laptops, set up their phone systems, give them access to facilities, and so on and so forth. So the number of applications in the back end that need to be activated as part of this process
is a lot. I know when I came on board with Oracle, just trying to go through all of
and
the
how long
onboarding
it took, right?
Oh, it's painful.
Yeah. So now with the chatbot, we can actually automate this back-end processes. The chatbot itself can maintain context, understand there's a new employee who wants to be onboarded, and it'll dynamically interact with the back-end applications without you having to specify which application to go engage with.
Got it.
So that's the value, that's one example of a value that the Oracle Digital Assistant is bringing to the customers overall. Maintains context and gives you enterprise-grade capabilities with integrations in the back.
Okay. So besides digital assistants and intelligent chatbots and any other areas of emerging technologies?
Yes, and the area I mentioned earlier was blockchain. So blockchain is actually a very exciting new area. And blockchain is all about how do you do trusted transactions across multiple parties. So how do I enable trusted data sharing with who I want and when I want, right? And there's complete transparency in the process. So what we're seeing is a lot of customers today in the market adopting blockchain for the different use cases. We see companies from financial services to container management. So actually in Dubai, we just showcased a customer named Arab Jordan Bank, which are doing cross-country transactions using blockchain.
Wow.
They wanted to basically make it easy for you to transfer money from one country to another without having to pay a high transaction fee and without the need for intermediaries to validate that transaction, right? So there's privacy laws associated with it. They don't want to share data with more people than they need to. Secondly, they want to give clear transparency to the customer of where the money is coming from, where it's being transported, and when, and reduce the cost of transaction overall. So they're using blockchain to really drive that process forward. Very exciting use case. Another customer of ours is in container management industry, where they're basically tracking containers in real time. So, when you do shipments, they want to know, when did the shipment board the port, get on the port, when did it board the container, on the ship, where is it in the tracking process, did it get to the customer on time? It requires a lot of paperwork to follow the trail. And they're eliminating the paper-based processes with an automated system like a blockchain, where again, you don't need third parties to validate these, the supply chain, but they can actually now do that on their own, reduce cost, and actually they saw about 65 reduction in paper-based processes by automating this entire end-to-end tracking process.
Excellent.
Overall.
So those are two very good examples of use cases. So again, if folks out there want to check out the Oracle blockchain, what's the platform for that? And
sure, the first thing they can get more information, if they just go to oracle.com/blockchain, they can get a lot more information about our platform. And we also offer Oracle blockchain apps. So we give a two-pronged strategy. You want to build your own net blockchain applications, you can use our platform to do that. And there are certain use cases where we already pre-packaged them as applications. They can use that, so what we call ready to go. They can just simply deploy that and ready to go. Now they can try our blockchain platform for free. Go to Oracle Cloud, so oracle.com, and they can sign up for the Oracle Cloud free trial, and they can access all of these capabilities on their own.
And again, for those folks who are attending the sessions over here, the Oracle Cloud trial sign-up is right behind us here.
Absolutely,
So
I would encourage you to do that. We are giving you $500 in free credit.
Yes.
So you get a lot of capabilities to try out any of your particular use cases.
Got it. Well, Ashish, thank you so much for coming and sharing. Both areas are really exciting. And look forward to seeing not only this in a session like Oracle OpenWorld Middle East flourish, but others around it.
Looking forward to it. Thanks so much for having me here, Javed.
Thank you.
Bye.